Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Rick. I'm here again with a video, a little short video on the journey to £1,000,000. Video number 9, episode 9. I've been really enjoying what we're doing. There's a couple of videos now in a 2-day span, so I'm going to keep this short. But I wanted to really talk about, working with a small wage and working with a small salary. On Sunday yesterday, we actually had the Times newspaper created this. They have a yearly bit called The Richest. I love that. I love reading it. I like checking out the 1,000 richest people in the United Kingdom, seeing how they made their wealth, reading their stories and stuff like that. It's even funny because they're getting more and more diverse this year. There's a lot more, just strange ways people have made money. There's a big one right now that I'm enjoying of the two Indian brothers who started with a petrol station in Blackburn. And, now that's in the mid-90s. And now they've built up to having over £1 billion empire. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. But for most of us, sometimes it's like, when you think of billionaire status and even multimillionaire status, you're gonna like, oh, that's so high. I've got my own problems. Most of us are not mere people. We're on a small salary, a small wage, a small income. Maybe you're on benefits. Maybe you're in a minimum wage job. Maybe you're in an entry level position. It's really, really tough. And I thought, it's worth saying because I asked myself this question many times, and so I realized though that a small wage is something. It's at least something. There are a lot of people who have nothing. I come from a country where there's people who have nothing to even work with. So at least you have a seed. If you have a small wage, if you have a minimum wage, if you have a job in the United Kingdom, in the US, like you are, like you have something. And you can work with it no matter what you have. And this is some of the principles that I want to talk to you right now. The fact that, a small wage is at least a little place, that you can get rolling. You can get the ball rolling. Anything that is big now started as something small. That's the truth. Anything that is big today started as something small. And, all these guys we see like really, really big, the Donald Trumps of the world, the Oprahs of the world, they started somewhere. And that's where you are. So instead of kind of just like wishing that you were where they are today, be okay to put in the hard work that's going to need, because it's going to be a change in your head to see how you're going to get there. And that's kind of the journey I am on. And I'm loving just sharing it with you guys. Let me tell you a secret. Getting a high wage is not necessarily mean you're gonna get rich, or let alone become a millionaire. Trust me, I know. I had an amazing job in IT, like really, really good money, and I was like, wow, wow. But you know what? At the end of it, I still had nothing. All I did was just increase how much money I was spending as I was getting pay rises. So with each pay rise that I got, I went and did something stupid with the money. Driving a brand new car, like thinking that that was the be all and end all. Living in a ridiculously expensive apartment, thinking that that's what life was about. But I didn't know the secrets. I didn't know all the secrets that I'm going to talk to you about, and many of us are there. Many of us. That is what the middle class is. The middle class is full of people who, from the outside, look like they've got really, really good money and really, really good incomes and stuff. But actually, when you look at what they really have, it's just loads of debt, loads of consumer debt, really, really high mortgages, and, kind of a hollow financial status. And that's really one thing you can avoid if you've got a small wage. It's what you don't know when you're poor that keeps you treading water. I realized that very quickly. I know more now than I did when I was in a really high-paying job. I'll give you an example that like even now, I earn probably a third of what I used to earn when I was in my high-paying, job. But because I know more, I have like the thing, I mean, I earn that from a job. But because I know more, I am doing more with that job. I am doing more with a small salary. In fact, I am creating opportunities to make more money, but money on my terms, not a salary. So it's not that what keeps people in poverty, what keeps poor people like unable to attain the levels of the Richard Bransons of the world is really a lack of knowledge and what we don't know, and this really saddens me. So just as a recap, the laws of money are quite important. So I've written them in the article that is here. Please make sure you like the page, share it, click it, comment, tell me what you're thinking, because your feedback is amazing for me. But the laws of money are a good foundational truth to have. The laws of money are really good to remind you, and I always like to remind myself. And here they are very quickly. Number one, the laws of money. It's money is meant to be retained. Money must be retained. That's number one. Money is not meant to be spent, but it is meant to be saved for investment. Number three, don't spend money on what you can do without. Number four, don't eat tomorrow's bread today. And number five, don't obey the dictates of money. I'm not going to go through all of them. If you want, whatever page you're on of mine, you can scroll down, scroll up, and you will find the Journey to £1,000,000 episode 005. In there, I spoke about, and I went a little bit more in length into each of those five. And I think in the future ones, I may actually just spend time on each one, like spend a whole episode on one of those. But these are still foundational episodes at the beginning. These laws will help you to live within your means, because that's the main thing. If I was going to give you the gist of it, how to get to 1,000,000 while you're on a small wage, it's not about how much you have coming in, it's about how much you retain of that. Because if you don't retain any of it, you're going to go in the red. You're going to live in survival mode forever, or even in debt. You're just living in debt, and then there's nothing you can do. There's no money. You just be going deeper and deeper in debt, and you can't do that. But if you say to yourself, nope, I'm going to live within my means, don't be proud. Like, pride kills, guys. Do you know what? I'm looking at my shirt here. I don't wear fancy clothes because I can't afford to wear fancy clothes. Not with the things that I want to do with my life. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Oh yeah, I could go and buy, but then that's less money that I have to do the things that I need to do, which some of the things I'm going to be telling you in the practical steps. One of the things I speak about is that you have to invest. Now, if I was spending money on like ridiculously expensive clothes, that would mean I have less money to invest in my future and in what I believe, I am meant to do, my destiny. So, don't be proud. Do you have to drive that that car on a £600 on finance? Because I did. I was paying crazy amounts of money, like on finance for a car, and for what? Just for to say it in the luxury that, oh, I'm driving this amazing car. Don't be proud. Don't try and live in the house that you're meant to live in 10 years time. Try and live in it now. Humbly assess your life and see the level you are at and live at that level. You are allowed. You will not die. You will not die, if you live at the level that you are now. I want to give you some practical steps just as I finish. It's always good to give practical steps. And that's number one. Evaluate where the money goes every month, where your money goes every month. Evaluate that. See where it is. Have an honest conversation with yourself. Have an analysis of your money and say to yourself, oh, use this, be specific about those things. Don't just say, oh, eating out. Find out where what are you doing? Where, this eating out, where are you going and stuff? Where can you, so that you can know where to cut out. If you just put on there, oh, grocery money, and it's £1,000 on grocery, but if you at least say, what do you spend all your groceries on, then you can see what's able to be cut out later on. Number two, commit to live within your means. I think I mentioned that earlier, but it's really important. Understand that you have means. You have a means because you're on a small salary. You don't have to buy the most important things the most expensive things. Important things doesn't mean they're expensive. You can live a little bit better. And number three, set aside some money to invest in you. Now, I talk about investment, and one of my things, I think I was episode 6 or 7. We spoke about saving to invest. That you can save and invest in someone else's business. But most self-respecting business people will not, unsuccessful ones, will not allow you to invest if you only have, let's say, £100 only. So you would need to save that for a while before you can, invest a lump sum into them. So one thing you can do in the meantime is invest in yourself. We all have a calling, we all have a purpose in life, we all have a destiny and a land of promise, so to speak. For me, I'm a writer. I'm a thinker. And do you know what? I set aside a portion of my salary every month. I don't even budget it. I don't even budget it for anything else. Literally, the moment I get paid, I put it to another account, and I'm literally investing in the writing that I do. I make sure that I rent out a nice little quiet space where I can write, an office. I invested in some good quality computer equipment so that I can do my writing that I need to do. I may not be spending a lot of money. It may just be 50 quid that you're just investing into that, but you're investing into your gift. You're investing into, like, mining the precious gold that was hidden inside you, inside your head, inside your heart. So yeah, I hope this helps. I mean, really, still enjoying the journey to £1 million. It's eye opening. It's making me think. It's making me change, and I hope it's helping you guys too. Well, have a great week, guys. Happy Monday. Later. Bye.